Look, you're not alone. I've been working with creators for 3 years now, and this must be one of the most common problems. People love you, people love your content, but they still never buy your shit. But instead of giving you a long speech on why this happens, I'll help you understand it with an example. Imagine this. You're at your best friend's place, and there is a big sexy chocolate cake right there on the counter. And your friend says, hey, want a slice? Drool is coming out of your mouth. Yeah, yes, a slice would be awesome. And your friend looks at you and says, $5. What? Money? You're asking me for money? What the hell? I'm your best friend and I'm here as a guest and you're asking me to pay you for the damn cake? I don't want that cake. I don't even want cake that much. You were the one who tempted me with your cake and now you're asking me for money? How dare you ask me for money? Now we'll take the same situation and change one detail. You're still going somewhere. You're still seeing a beautiful chocolate cake. You still want a slice. The person on the other side still asks you for $5. But instead of going to your friend's place, you're at a bakery. How does that change things? How do you feel now? How would you feel if someone at the bakery asked you for $5 for a piece of cake? Super normal, that's how. Of course they'll ask you for money, it's a freaking bakery. Hi, I'm Jordan Parker. I'm the guy who creators come to when they want to scale their business. And this is what I call the bakery problem. And it's one of the biggest problems you need to solve if you were ever to make any decent sales. The bakery problem is about expectations. First, why do we care about expectations? Because a bakery is a store. It sells things. When you enter a bakery, you expect them to have amazing baked goods, maybe cakes, maybe croissants, maybe something else that's very tasty and gets you this much closer to type 2 diabetes. But when you enter a bakery, you also expect those stuff to not be free. You expect them to be a business and to operate like a business, meaning that they will expect you to pay them money for the stuff that they have created. And this, of course, brings us to where creators mess this up and where creators go massively wrong with their products. They are not a bakery, they're not operating as a business, they're operating as the best friend. And when your best friend, who's there for you and you only, and there is no transactional component of the relationship, it's offensive. How would your best friend dare ask you for money? That's not appropriate. Your best friend is supposed to support you and help you out and even give you their stuff for free, but they never ask you for money. And I don't particularly like it, but most coaches are exactly like this. If not all coaches. I don't know enough people from Zimbabwe, but if you're from Zimbabwe, tell me if that's the case, because I'm not sure. That obviously creates a conflict. Creators often choose the role of the cool friend on social media, and then they start the commercial aspect of their business, they start selling something, and suddenly your cool friend is asking you for money all the time. That sucks. So how do we change that? But before we get into that, and because you stayed until here, I want to invite you to Creator Income. Creator Income is where I share all of my insights from the last 15 years I was in business and from the last 3 years I've worked with creators full time. All of the lessons and mindset that you need to scale your business from 5 to 6 to 7 figures are all there for free in my emails. If you want access to those way before I can make them into YouTube videos, you should go and sign up from the link below. That aside, what do you do with this? How do you introduce a commercial relationship with your audience without them feeling like their best friend is selling out? This is mostly an internal problem. In a bakery, you know that sitting down on a table is not something that they charge you for, but you know that the cake behind the counter is something that you pay for. You know that a glass of water and using the bathroom can be free, but you know that a cupcake and a croissant are not free. But most creators don't actually understand which parts of their knowledge, which parts of their skills are free and which parts of their skills are for sale. You need to actually make a choice. And don't stress about this. This doesn't need to be the final choice, but at any given point you need to understand what you're actually selling. So draw an imaginary line around every single thing you sell. And if that thing is for sale, make sure it is very clear to absolutely everyone in your audience that they're not getting this thing for free. And this is very important, do not give it for free. One of the things that I see all the time is people say, hey, I'm selling this, and then 2 days later they're like, here you go, you can have this one for free because you're a friend. But that completely destroys the purpose of something being paid. You don't give friends and family discounts. You don't give it away for free. Once something has a value that you assign to it, you stick with that value. You sell it for this amount of money and you don't give it away for free. And in your content, wherever that content is, you mention this thing, but you never mention it as a gift. You mention it with with this specific language that something paid for is there. So it's not you can get this, it is you can buy this. No bakery has a giant glowing sign saying free cakes for everyone. They have a sign that implies that the cakes are for sale. They might run a discount on those cakes. They might have an entire menu of cakes you can pick from. They might have a complimentary drink with your cake, implying that the cake itself is not free, and so on and so forth. It is a subtle act of choosing the right words that imply that this knowledge or service is a paid thing. You need to use this language and interweave it into how you're speaking about the things that you sell. And as you do this, you should focus all of your effort into your first expectations, because first expectations matter the most. If you set the expectations that you'll be selling to me very early on, the easiest way to do that, by the way, is just to make me an offer. Try selling something to me. I would expect you in this relationship to sell to me again. So in your welcome sequences, welcome DMs, on your profile, make sure that it is blatantly clear that you have a product or service for sale, and when you do that, people will have the right expectations. Hey, this is a business I'm working with, and you won't have the moment in which you have sold out 2 years later. It's just like your parents taught you. Don't be a jackass, make a good first impression. It actually works in business too.